back live. Let me close these windows here. Super noisy. I hope it's not too noisy right now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is, it's my second live today. There's nobody yet online, but what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna actually have this live run here in the background for quite some time, maybe. I have a bunch of meetings coming up, so I'm just gonna do it such today that I'll set this up here. I'll set this up here. So the first meeting is starting in 5 minutes. It's with my social media manager. You guys get to see what I talk to him about as far as the future stuff goes. And then I have a client meeting starting in an hour. So some of the stuff I might have to mute for so-called privacy reasons, but that's, I guess, understandable. Woke up super early today. Super early today. Like 5 o'clock. I had my first live. What time was it? 5:30 in the morning? Man, it's noisy. There's a construction site on outside, so right outside my window. And yeah, I woke up like 5 in the morning. Motherfuckers. And started my live, which ended up being a good one, like 75 minutes or so. It was a lot of fun. And then there were a bunch of questions too. So as promised, wanted to have another one later today. I have meetings now starting, so I will run this in the background. I don't know how this works. I guess I'm not the type of guy who wants to be quiet, but, well, I won't be quiet, but I just can't be talking to you guys all the time. But you get to see what kind of stuff I'm talking about with my social media guy. He's kind of like the one who puts together my strategy for the content and whatnot. So that's coming up. And then in an hour, I have a meeting with one of my clients. He's a real estate investor from the US, based in Ohio right now, originally from California. So he does mostly buy and hold type deals. And I'll try to look and see if there's any questions every now and then, but obviously my priority is gonna be in the meetings, and I might have to mute you guys at some point. But hopefully I can do my WhatsApp audio call using my laptop, so it doesn't interrupt this stream here. But before we go live, if anybody has any questions, there's 2 people online right now, so let me know if there's anything I can do to help before this thing starts. I got my AC. It's the portable unit over there, but I still need like a bucket or like a portable bathtub for the condensation water, because it's gonna spit out a lot of water because it's pretty humid outside. So I couldn't start it yet, so that should be tomorrow's agenda. But anyhow, if no questions. So this is my humble office. This is where I record my videos, this whiteboard here. And there's another kind of portable whiteboard. Yeah, tomorrow is another long YouTube video recording session. And just recorded a short today. It's probably gonna be published tomorrow. And this is what the guy does for me, the one who I hired. I mean, this is the person I just have a meeting with in a sec. So I wanted to actually concentrate more on doing these things, recording my videos, and thinking about what to talk about going forward, and not do so much editing, because that's really not my strongest suit. To be perfectly honest, I don't know if this is, but this is much more natural to me than being the guy who's like, you know, editing the clips and whatnot. It's very time consuming, so that's why I hired somebody to do that. He's the same guy who's been doing my long form editing in the past as well. So now he's just has a larger role as far as my stuff goes. So let me see if I can call him here. Hey, man. Can barely hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. By the way, I have my live session going, so I'm a big live streamer nowadays. So I woke up like 5 a.m. in the morning, and I had like a 75-minute session, and you are.
Oh. Are you live now?
Yeah, I'm live. I'm gonna do this one if you don't mind, and then obviously if there's anything personal, I'm gonna mute. But then I have a client meeting right after this, so I'm gonna keep this thing going. It's been super fun, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if you have watched any of my recordings.
I actually watched some of your live.
Did you? Any thoughts?
But I think it's good. Like some people came in and asked questions.
Yeah. I mean, yesterday's morning was really interactive. This morning, pretty interactive too. So it was a lot of fun. So I actually enjoy it. I tell everybody, I have 3 people here now, and I think I had like the busiest I had was like 100 people visited, one live, which I think was pretty good. I mean,
100 people, that's a lot.
Yeah, I think so too. And the last one, it was like 50 people. Of course, I mean, the average duration isn't that long, but it's better than nothing. And I think it's actually, it's so much fun, like I said, talking to these people, and there are questions, and I don't know, I've been trying to have this forum where I can just talk about anything, because I can talk for 3 hours about any topic. That's not a problem. So, with the shorts and long, I mean, it's so scripted, as you know. It's kind of like so disciplined, but Can you hear the noise outside? Is it bothering you a lot?
No, it's fine.
Okay, good, because there's a lot of construction going on outside. Okay, so anyhow, yeah. So about the calendar, so I'm looking at it, and then I'm going to record that next long tomorrow.
Okay.
Is that enough for you to turn it around then in 24 hours?
Yep, I can do it, yeah.
Okay. Did you have a chance to take a look at that script that I sent to you?
Yeah, I was actually like doing the hook and the CTA. I have the draft here. I can show you.
What do you think about it? I mean, the content overall?
Yeah, I think it's good. I actually asked like ChatGPT, like how, if someone's considering either to flip or to build, what are the questions that they will ask, right? And
that's good.
I just feed it the script, and then it says, yeah, it's okay. He answered most of the questions.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, obviously it's just like a 70 or 80% framework, if you will, and then I never really follow the script to the T, but it's going to give me that, like I said, framework to kind of follow. And then if you have any comments regarding the hook in the beginning, so let's then obviously tweak that.
Okay, yeah, let me show you the script.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So this is the hook that I was like trying to,
Okay.
So this is the first paragraph.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it should be like very, very straightforward, because we don't want to waste their time, especially when they are like very, they just want answers.
Yeah.
They're like considering, and they just want quick answers now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so what this does is, it just gets straight into what they're looking for, and then here is like basically your story that is tied to whether to flip or to hold, and it actually builds like credibility. So yeah, I think after this you can just get straight into the content of the video.
Yeah.
And obviously I will add another CTA here, of course. we can still keep using the one that you did here, which is yeah, this one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think we can use this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that sounds
I will
good.
send you this one later.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, and then okay, so you're gonna send that over. I'm gonna record at some point tomorrow, then send it over to you, and then we have. If you look at the calendar here, so basically for this week, so do you have a shortcoming today and that LinkedIn post and the carousel?
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
was actually about to ask you about the Instagram account that we're supposed to. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was just asking because that's, we have it on the calendar on the 30-day plan. If we have something good to say, yeah, let's do it. It could be also about something else. Maybe we could turn a previous post, not the latest one, but one before that, into a carousel post.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't
Oh
think
yeah.
I think it's actually good if we don't have, like, I was actually thinking about it because if you now look at, like, let's say the Instagram, reels. So we've got now like probably 3 in a row regarding, maybe 4 in a row regarding that last long I did. So maybe it would
Yeah.
make sense if you took one of those previous videos and created a carousel post out of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it would look, that's not like back-to-back stuff about the same topic.
Yeah.
I think that would
Okay.
that
Yes.
would make a lot of sense.
So in another time, like at the end of the week, I will post the one on the current video, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can, I leave it up to you. You can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
I would like to stick with the schedule, you know what I mean? Because it's like,
Okay.
it's so clear to me now what we're supposed to do, and I like it a lot. I can plan
Yeah.
my recording days and so forth. It helps me a lot with the scheduling. But I
Okay. Yeah.
give you the freedom to decide what the topic is. You know what I mean? So it
Okay.
doesn't need to
Yeah.
be about that particular video. You can actually take if you want, feel free to take the focus video that went viral, so to say, and create a carousel post
Okay.
out of
Yeah.
that. I don't care. It's fine. Whatever you feel is needed at that point
Okay.
or
Yeah.
makes
Okay.
sense.
So can we try to like? Can you try to give access to me to the Instagram account?
Yeah. So here's the thing. Let me show you.
Okay.
I don't fucking know how to do it. I'll show. Let me show you what I mean.
Okay.
Hold on. I first need to figure this out again. Where did I find it? Settings and privacy. Do I need to have my phone with me? No, it's the, no, hold on a sec. It's the Meta business whatever thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the Meta Business Suite or something.
Yeah. There we go. Meta Business Suite. I'll share this
Okay.
with you in a sec. Okay, I gotta close the window. It's so noisy here. Hold on a sec. Can't hear myself. Motherfucker. Jeez. Okay. I accept. If anybody's online who understands anything about Meta Business Suites, send me a note. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'll show you now. Hang on. Okay, so now, and then I'm gonna share screen. Your entire screen, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see now?
Yes.
Okay. So here's the challenge. Okay. So if we look here,
Okay.
so basically I have under one login, this is my interpretation, I have you see, this is my personal stuff here. And then I have this called Erkka Suvanto's business. But this looks different now. But if I go here, maybe it actually is different now. So, okay, so walk me through this now. Where do I go now? But let's see, this might now work. Fingers crossed. So.
I think this one is a different one. This one is an ads manager.
Oh yeah, that's right, probably. But how do I get to the other one? Hold on, what is this? Campaigns, account, yeah, ads manager. You actually, fuck.
Okay, I think you should go to, hold on, let me find the link.
Account setting. Ad account, yeah, that's right. This is not the one. How do I go? Ads manager. I don't want that. Meta. Why is it ads manager? No.
Can you open a new tab?
Yeah.
A new tab, and then you go to business.facebook.com.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that one.
This one. Okay, here's the challenge. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is actually you see this thing here is the cleaning service that I started. Okay. So here, okay. So under my name is this thing here. There's a Facebook page still somehow active. I don't know how to delete this. If I click on this one, Erkka Suvanto's business, it basically shows it's my construction company. You know what I mean? And it has a different Facebook and Instagram account. That's what I was trying to say, that I do not know if I go here, there's one business asset here and one Facebook page. I don't know how to, I don't know how to tweak this thing. You know what I mean? Or change these settings.
Okay, this is tricky.
Yeah, and somehow I probably would need to first, because I can't choose anything else, then it's showing this one. Because I'm not seeing my own at all here. It's just this cleaning service thing that I had back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can you try like adding another portfolio? See what happens.
How do I do that?
You open the
create a business portfolio.
Yeah, let's just see what happens.
Business portfolio name. But this is just.
Oh yeah, I think this is it. Yeah.
Oh, this is the one?
You have to. Yeah, I think you have to create another profile, and then you just include. I think so. I think that's how it works. Like you just include the one Instagram and Facebook account.
Like this, basically my credentials here.
Yep.
Business email. Which one should I put here? Does it matter?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Select relevant business assets. Okay. Enter an email address. Add another person by. Full control. Should I put yours here now?
Yeah, that will be, yeah.
Hold on, what's yours? NLSON.
Dot SIKUA.
At Gmail?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Go to settings.
Yeah.
Invite people, export. Business info, users, partners, systems, pages. Could it be this one now? Add accounts. No, that's the one. Business asset groups.
Instagram accounts. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. If this works like this. Do we have anybody following me? We have 5 people who are, yeah, so welcome everybody. I'm having a meeting with Nelson. He's my social media guy, social media manager. add Instagram account, and we having a meeting
Yeah.
about what the fuck's, why is it only Instagram professional accounts can be added to a business portfolio. Yeah, I got it, but
Okay.
it's not doing
Okay.
anything.
It's not doing anything.
No. I click on this all the time.
It's weird. Oh, there's a pop-up window blocked. So you look at your like your search bar.
Oh, in here.
This is something you have to click on, I think.
Ah,
Yeah, that one.
allow.
Yep.
Oh man, if it works this way. Enter the code that we sent via WhatsApp to your mobile number. Okay, how do I see it now? Because I have this thing going. Okay, can I actually, let me see if
Yeah.
I can go to, yeah, I am. Good stuff. 5. Save. Wow. It might even work. It might even work. It takes forever. How many, look how many logins there are. Jeez. I wonder if it took me back somewhere now.
Can you look at the other, like the first
Here, Meta Business Suite.
first window just now? Yeah. Oh, it's yeah.
Another one. I don't know, I probably need to close some of these. Assign. There. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the hell?
That's weird.
Okay, let's try again.
Hold on.
It's not. Okay, let me go back here. Go to Instagram accounts again. Log into Instagram for additional settings. Log in.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, what we're trying to figure out is I'm trying to give Nelson access to my Instagram account, which is linked to my Facebook, so that he can post on my behalf the same way he's doing it now for YouTube already. But since I'm slow and this is not in my comfort zone, it takes a little while. Additional settings now available. You can now give people partners or in apps, assign people. Let's see if it works now. Here we go. There you go.
Okay. Nice.
Well, which one should I give you? Ads,
I think
content,
content,
community.
and then insights.
Got
That
it.
should be good.
Got it. Perfect. Assign people.
Okay.
People assigned. Perfect.
All right. Okay, I have access now.
Nice. Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, but regarding that, Now I can think clearly because there's not that much noise anymore. So yeah, you can definitely like if we look at this calendar here, I had it somewhere. Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. I had it open. Maybe I lost it because I just did something else. Ads manager we don't need. But anyhow, so you know what I'm talking about. The let me go to Google Drive. It's probably there where I see that document that you sent to me. This one, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. This one. Okay, so just want to make sure we're on the same page. So this one, these I think, short 1, 2, and 3, I think should be always linked to that one. What do you? I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. If we have enough content, good content from that one long, then this could be about anything you decide. This the same thing, and this custom short also. You know what I mean? This, I mean, if we already do 1, 2, and 3 shorts out of this one here, I think this. I mean, now I recorded this one. That's fine. Let's do it that way this week. But next time, I mean, we can I can create a war story or lessons learned out of the ones that I put into that long Word document. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We could easily do it that way.
Okay, I think you can, yeah. For the custom short, I think you can, use your ideas, and then you can just record and ask me to edit it.
Yeah, but I think I need your help for that too, as far as
okay.
giving thoughts. Because the thing is that I want to make sure that your thinking is behind it as far as what would make the most sense. You know what I mean? I can give you suggestions as far as ideas go, but then other than that, if you think, I mean, would make sense to talk about this or that, then, I can then create that script based on that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so now I'm gonna record tomorrow this long, and that's the one you just worked on. That's clear. And then the next long here, I'm either recording Friday or most likely Saturday. And if I look at this list here, these next are fine in my opinion. I already thought about this a little bit. This is fine too. Yeah, this 1031 is not something I'm experienced in. That we have to change.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we can pull something from that list, but let's see what that would be. Hi. Hello. Yeah, but we have time for that.
Okay.
We have time for that. So what did you, looking at those last 3 long videos, I mean, the average view duration seems to be up, right? It's trending up.
Everything seems to be up since the first real estate video.
Yeah.
The latest one that we did, it was the best out of those 3.
Maybe
so I think if we're going at this pace, I think next video is gonna be, we're gonna get more views.
I was thinking about that. What were your thoughts on that video regarding? I mean that the one I did inside the property in front of that fireplace. This 3-step process thing. What do you mean?
Well,
I think it was an average video, to be perfectly honest.
Really? What makes it average?
Well, maybe this is my limitation.
Okay.
And maybe that's why it did better, because it was actually simple. And maybe when I say average, I'm not, again, I'm biased. You know what I mean? So I'm not the best judge. My intuition is wrong. This is the only area in my life where my intuition cannot be trusted at all. Literally, every time I think this adds value, then whatever we produce or make, it doesn't really do well. And then the opposite seems to be true. Maybe the environment made it better. You know what I mean? It's not like a school environment, whereas, like me being here. Maybe I should do more stuff elsewhere, but then I can't use the whiteboard. But that's fine. I don't think it matters. But then maybe, like I said, because it was simple and straight to the point, it was easy to understand. Maybe that's what made it do a little better?
I think it's because it's simple too. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you see, like, let me show you the retention graph.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is engagement. See, if you see the retention graph, this is a lot of people stayed. Like, this is above the typical retention. Like 66% of people stayed.
That's good.
Like after 33 seconds. Yeah.
That's good.
So I think it's because that you mentioned that you're in this property and it looks it's not done yet, and people like, oh,
Yeah.
it's unusual to see.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
So people, sorry Nelson to interrupt, sorry real quick. So people were asking, what are we talking about? So we're talking about Nelson is my social media guy. He's in charge of my content, the roadmap and stuff, and we're looking at the performance of my videos from the past. And since I repositioned my channel like 3 videos ago, basically I'm starting from scratch again, and we're expecting the vanity metrics to go down. I'm actually have lost subscribers and whatnot, which is short term, it doesn't matter. But what we're talking about is that we're reviewing, we have a weekly meeting every Tuesday, afternoon my time, evening Nelson's time, and then we are looking at the next whatever days ahead and how well we have done in the past. So that's what this meeting is all about, what we're talking about. So sorry, I wasn't keeping people up to date. Okay, go ahead, sorry.
Okay, so yeah, I think it just adds credibility that you're just telling them that you're in this property that isn't done yet. Yeah.
So another thing about that, so I have this waterfront property that I'm trying to flip. It's a different type of flip. It's like through forced appreciation through rezoning and re-permitting.
Okay.
And I was thinking of recording a video there as well, the same way, but I cannot use any visuals. Well, actually, you know what? I could try to bring this thing there.
The whiteboard?
Yeah. The paper version.
Yeah, you can do that, yeah.
Yeah, that would be actually, maybe we could do that. I could create a video about, we'll see, that has to be somehow tied to that, be linked to that property itself.
Okay.
But I think that's a good idea. So do more of those videos where we kind of like are in different environments.
Okay. You know, one thing I would say, if we were to improve the last video that we did, because you said I'm standing in this property that's still being renovated, right? What you can do is you just record like the whole property. Is that possible?
Oh, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you just show them the property, like the outside and inside.
Yeah.
And give them like.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, like a view of what the property looks like. Yeah.
So are you then thinking that you would add clips from that, like to be like B-roll?
Yeah, yeah. That I will add those B-roll, basically, like you can say like Mr. Beast style. And if you want to really go crazy, I would say use a drone or something.
Yeah. I don't have that now, but I could obviously get that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, but if we look at the calendar here again, for then the schedule here, so how I manage 20 plus rental properties, the one that's coming up, I could do that easily from there. I could go back there and shoot a video, like clips, and then I can send those to you separate. And I could, if you want, I could explain or talk about the property. But it's really hard to get an idea. It's just basically, it's all just framed up, and there's no like, you don't see any finished surfaces, or there's no tile work, there's no kitchens or anything. It's just a bunch of messy stuff. But I can easily do that, and explain what we did. But that probably would be a good fit with that video, that August 10 video.
Yeah. I think you can start also like for any unfinished property that is still being renovated, and I can take the videos of the current situation, and then once that it's done, you take at the same angle, same place, and then just I'll do the editing and just show them, oh, this is the before and this is the after.
Yeah.
And then you just go straight into whatever the topic is.
Yeah, we'll do that. That's a good point. Yeah, I just don't have too many right now under renovation, but whenever I have something,
it's just some sort of backup, I think.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, perfect. What else?
Let me see. I think I want to talk about the landing page.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
He said like we should be like collecting, because we don't even have like the actual answer what people are looking for. The only best sign that the coaching is working is we have to look at other people in real estate who are doing coaching. I found someone.
Okay.
I can show you. I found someone. I think he's Stephanie Lugo, I think. Wait, yeah. Yeah. There's two. This one is for agents.
Okay, yeah, got it. Yep.
So for agents. Yeah, this one is for agents too. But if you look at her landing page, it's very, very straightforward.
I like that actually.
What I'm thinking is we keep the current one and we do an A/B test, something like this.
Yes.
But when they click the button, there will be something like a quiz. So the quiz is something to, get the answers that we need. Like when they're trying to scale their business, what's their biggest pain point? And they can pick one. So we can take, we can analyze the data later on. So that's the idea.
I'm, you know me already well enough that I'm a big believer in simple stuff. Simplicity is one of those most effective things. So I mean, like this, I'm not saying that we copy, obviously we don't directly what she's using, but, and that's why I basically told you about the video. I don't have anything against that. And I think we should definitely use it and probably test it, like A/B test it. But, knowing how impatient people are, you know what I mean? It might be hard for, of course, but then you could argue back saying that, okay, well, if somebody's truly interested, they're going to take that 3.5 minutes to watch it, which is true. I agree with that. But I think you're right. I think we should A/B test it, create something completely different, like an opposite, you know what I mean? Super simple. And then, can you take that back one more time? The one that you showed? So if we look at that from value perspective, what would be the dream outcome that she's promising here? There isn't really any. So it's like the actionable plan, create a clear actionable plan to help you. Let's take a deep dive. But I think she's not doing a very good job in terms of providing the dream. I mean, the headline is not saying anything about dream outcome. Okay, well, they are all kind of like, those are like the, so I think what she should do here is like summarize those quote unquote bullet points into clear, like a dream outcome headline type statement, and then try to figure out how can I convince these people that I can provide this without any risk, do it in half the time compared to what they expect, and make it twice as easy. You know what I mean? So that's how I would like to look at it. So if we were to create one version like that, so I think that's how we have to look at it.
Okay. So I'll try to create like some more headlines. I couldn't find any more ideas actually.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like the deal flow stuff.
I think that's a good one.
The deal flow stuff?
No, I mean the benchmark. The benchmark you showed.
Okay. So
yeah.
I'll create another version like that, and like the quiz, and then the very simple one.
Yeah.
So we just combine those two, and then we'll do an A/B test. Yeah, I think that's it.
Perfect. Yeah, and I'm glad that the email thing works now. So.
Yeah, that was.
But why would they? Why would they? I mean, it was the support team that gave you that specific, whatever server name that was nowhere on their website. That was weird.
That was, I couldn't find it anywhere else. It was like, okay, now, like I can see that in the control panel that everything, the email deliverability is good and everything, and then he said, just change the incoming and outgoing stuff to this specific one. So I don't know why.
Interesting. Maybe it's some sort of a backup server that they use in case people run into trouble, so there's less traffic or what. I don't know. Nobody knows. Well, good.
It works perfectly now.
At least it works, yeah. Paljon maksaa konsultaatio? Somebody speaks Finnish to me here. That's interesting. Should I actually reply back in Finnish? It's free. Consultation is always free. Ilmanen. Half an hour, 60 minutes, puoli tuntia, tunti. Ilmanen, aina. Always free. So, yeah. So I think that's good. So thanks for your time, and I'll record tomorrow. And I don't know if you had a chance to look at those shorts, if they made any sense. I think the environment was kind of okay. I don't know if I was too fast in.
I haven't looked at it properly.
I
just took a glance at it.
Yeah, there are two versions. So usually the one. I think the one where I walk is better, but again, you can do whatever you want. But you should be able to post now, right? On Instagram and Facebook, basically. Yeah.
Let me double check again.
Yeah, but if not, then obviously I'll short term I can try to do it myself.
Yeah, I think it's good now.
Perfect. Okay, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, bye. Good. That was my first meeting. So we got 3 people online. Yeah. So I'm just gonna let this thing run in the background. I have my client meeting starting in 20 minutes. So there might be some personal stuff there, and if so, I'm gonna mute for obvious reasons because we wanna respect my client's privacy. And if he's not comfortable me recording this, of course, then I'm not going to do it. But the reason why I'm suggesting this, or actually planning on doing this, is that he suggested last week that we could do it, and I think he was kind of excited. So that's why I'm thinking. With the other clients, I haven't even talked about it, so we'll see. Gerardo is the guy I'm going to meet next, so he's a great guy. I actually met him for the first time when I lived in San Diego when we were both there. We started investing, I believe, in that market roughly at the same time. And then he moved to Ohio. I can't remember the name of the city. It's close to Columbus, but somewhere I guess it's considered metropolitan Columbus area. And he's doing mostly rentals. He has duplexes and triplexes and stuff like that. And we've been working on ramping up his pipeline acquisition business. So if you watch any of my videos, so in real estate, you're actually in the business of acquiring opportunities. Because if you think about this whole business, it's basically about, if you want to be in those prime locations, because here's the thing. So if you are a buy and hold investor, right? There are 2 ways how you can make money. So cash flow is one, obviously. So you have positive cash flow every month, meaning your money coming in exceeds your money going out. So that's called cash flow. And then the other way is appreciation. And the reason why appreciation is so very valuable, and I'm going to talk about this tomorrow when I record my next video, is that it's tax-free. Okay, so the whole idea in real estate is that you make your money when you buy the property, right? Wholesale, right? You don't pay retail ever. Investors don't pay retail. It's all about wholesale purchase. And then you build equity. The other thing is, so you buy it, right? And then the other factor that goes into that equation is that the value of your repairs exceeds the cost of those very same repairs, right? So if you put 50,000 into the property and you know what you're doing, the value goes up by, let's say, 80,000. So you build another 30K of equity by doing the right renovations. And then another, let's say, I don't know, depending on how well you know your pricing and how well you can negotiate and whatnot, let's say you make another 30 or 50K in equity when buying it. And then if the market appreciates, all of that equity that you just built through forced appreciation and market-driven appreciation. There's two kinds of appreciations. So the one you force, meaning buying right, and like I just explained, the value of repairs exceeding cost of repairs, that's forced, you force it. And then there's the market-driven appreciation, which you have no influence on. There's nothing you can do about it, obviously. It's the demographics, it's the employment, it's the interest rates, it's the overall economy doing well or not so well and stuff like that, okay? But here's the thing. Let's say you have a loan on the property, a 200,000 loan, and all of a sudden your equity goes from 300 to 350 or even 400, okay? So now you have 400 is the value of the property versus the 200K that you owe. So your equity is 200,000. And here's the beauty. That's tax-free. That 200K increase is tax-free. And you can borrow against that. And that's how you finance your next flip or your buy and hold property. So, whereas in fix and flip business where you buy low and sell high, you are taxed when you sell the property. It doesn't mean it's bad in any way, but this is what people need to understand when they consider these different options. But anyhow, my next client is primarily in the buy and hold business. He has done his fair share of flips in the past. And now we are focusing on acquiring opportunities, because if you want to be in those areas where the appreciation is like this, that means the population growth is there, employment growth is there. Those are the highly desirable areas, okay? What's common between those areas? There's no more land. You can't turn the manufacturing machine on and make more land. It's not possible. So therefore, you are in the business of acquiring opportunities, finding those opportunities. And that's why it's so important that if you are a professional real estate investor or a business owner, you are in the business of, first and foremost, of acquiring opportunities. So you need to build your pipeline. You need to establish relationships with agents and homeowners. And now he has to go back to that because he's had I would say, a little bit of a dry season in terms of finding stuff. So my job is to hold him accountable, help him with that stuff, and then talk about life overall, I guess. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a 2-minute break, use the bathroom, be right back, and then I'm going to talk to you guys in a sec. I'm going to fill my water bottle and open this freaking window. It's getting hot. Yeah, and open this window. Be right back. Okay, did we lose everybody? Okay, sorry about that, I'm back. Quick bathroom break. Any questions, anybody? Any comments? Any of you, did you listen in on that meeting with my social media guy? Any questions about that? I don't know if this freaking tripod is. This is going to be my longest stream ever. By the time we're done, it's probably going to be 2 hours. Not that it matters, but just stating the facts. Yeah, I recorded a short today outside. Nelson, the guy who I just talked to, he gave me my script, and it was pretty much about my process as far as finding tenants go. And I live close to the water by the river, so I was walking by the river and then just like tried to capture a nice shot, but I don't know, I was at my best. I didn't sleep that much last night, so it was kind of I don't know, one of those days. But I think here's the thing. Confirm now. I'm just looking at my emails at the same time when I gave access rights to my social media manager. I don't know what his title should be. Confirm new login. That's good. Hope it works now. I've had a lot of IT issues today. My email stopped working, and Nelson, being a smart guy he is, he was able to fix it for me by calling Namecheap, which is the domain, the service provider, and he was able to get that fixed. So that was good. So now my emails work again, until they don't, I guess. Why is that? Maybe I shouldn't touch this stuff now because it all looks so good. It's also I'm just trying to change something real quick, and hopefully I don't mess anything up. Any questions? No? You don't have to ask anything, that's okay. I can just keep talking to myself here. Yeah, but one of the hardest things regarding this content game is that you gotta be really, have that innovation mindset on all the time. And I'm a straight shooter, I'm a process guy, you know what I mean? So sometimes I lack that. I need to put my innovation hat on more often and think about different ways to capture those moments and tell the stories and stuff like that. But I really like these lives because I have a chance to talk about other than just, you know, my business stuff, and it gives me an opportunity to, and a channel and a platform to really kind of like go off topic. So I think this is really the purpose. So I really like this. And let's see how it goes in the future. But like I've said many times, my passion is to help people. I mean, I've always been a teacher to a certain extent. So we're actually waiting for those people online. We're actually waiting for my client to join us. So that should happen in 8 minutes. And then, like I said, I might have to mute every now and then depending on the sensitivity of the topics. But I think for the most part, he's probably excited that he gets to talk to somebody too. By the way, he's been playing poker. So I would say, I don't know, he doesn't play professionally, but he won like, what, 15,000, 17,000 just a month or two ago, or something crazy. And I think he took part in another poker tournament a couple of days ago and won like 1,500. Let's ask him. And I was curious to know which character traits are the ones that make it possible for him to be successful there. And I think he would probably answer back to you saying that his ability to be calm in those situations and study the opponents and the game. And I think it's like anything else. The more experience you have under your belt, the better you do. But I don't know, because I don't know how to play poker, so I don't know how many so-called technical details there are. Are people counting cards? I guess that's illegal, but I don't know. But how would they be able to tell? I've been to casinos many times in Vegas, but I haven't probably gambled more than $5 in my whole life. Lottery is not my thing. Online betting is not my thing. Gambling is not my thing, because I don't know. It's not what I do. It's not what I do. I feel that I can't influence the outcome. And I think that's the hardest thing for me, for someone who wants to. I'm so used to real estate and running businesses that, it's all about how to make things better, how to force the appreciation, how to kind of like optimize your channel or your landing page or your marketing or your cash flow or whatever, that it would be hard for me to just like put a lot of money in lottery and just like get disappointed every Saturday night. Oh, I didn't win 100 million. And actually, this is something I've said out loud before, and this is honestly how I look at it. I don't think I would even want to win the lottery. Why? Because if I did, then I would always be the guy who made it by winning the lottery. Yeah, you might argue back saying, okay, well, you don't have to tell anybody, but that doesn't matter one bit. It's that it would be in my head that the first whatever seed money, the first 10 or 20 or 100 million came from somewhere else than by utilizing my competencies. That would be a hard pill for me to swallow. My kids asked the same thing from me. And I said that, no, actually we were in France, traveling in France a month ago. And my son asked me, how much would anyone or someone need to pay you in order for you to go to jail for a year? And I said that I don't think I would go. He's like, not even for $1 billion? I was like, I don't know. My freedom and my independence are my most important values, so I'm not sure if I would do it. He thought I was crazy. But the same thing would apply there. Then I would always be the guy. Well, you could say that, yeah, you did something to earn that money, but I don't think that's a skill set. Well, you could say it's patience. But I would want to make that billion or whatever the number is. That's not my goal anyway, but by the way, I would want to make that amount of money or whatever the amount is by just doing something and kind of like working my ass off and using my skill set. Is that weird? Does it make any sense? Does it make any sense? Let me get ready and get my notebook. Take my notebook. Luckily it's not noisy anymore outside, so I get to keep the window open a little bit. It was crazy noisy when we started. I always take notes. I want to make sure that I can go back. If you've been listening to me, I've been promoting the idea of using, I actually have my own diary, like the personal notes. I use a WhatsApp chat with myself. So I put pictures there, text, videos even sometimes. So I have that ongoing dialogue with myself. But with my clients, I have this old-fashioned notebook. I don't know why. Maybe I should transfer these notes too. I could have AI record these sessions and then just do it that way. But for the most part, it's just I'm just looking at an email from a fellow business owner about pricing strategies. Close rate pricing guide. Meaning if your close rate, meaning let's say your sales metrics, obviously how many people you book people, they show up, how many of those calls you close, then that's your close rate. So if you're at 80% plus, then you're underpriced by 3 to 4x. If your close rate is below 30%, focus on selling better before touching price. If your closing rate is 30 to 40%, you're probably appropriately priced. If your closing rate is close to 50, you're underpriced by 1.25 to 1.5 times, so increase prices by 25 to 50%. That's not for me. I'm just reading an email from somebody else. Okay, it's almost time. I'm going to call in and see what's going on. I have one person still online. He's already there. Hey, man.
Hey.
Guess what?
What?
You're the first real star in a YouTube in my YouTube vertical live.
What?
I can stop this if you're not comfortable. Last time you said that.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's what I figured, that you would want to do it. So I've been having this live for over an hour. I had another meeting before this. I've been doing these lives a lot, dude. Like this morning, I woke up at 5 when I texted with you two, and I started a live right after that for like 70 whatever plus minutes. I've been having like 1 to 2 lives per day. It's super fun.
Okay. Is it?
Yeah.
Are you getting some interaction?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's been a bunch of questions. I mean, you know me. I can talk forever, so it's like.
Yeah.
I don't mind. There's like, but silence is my biggest enemy. I can't be stuck. I can't stay silent. So, you know. But I guess people who know me, they understand. Good luck, one guy says.
So you're on YouTube or Instagram or what?
YouTube. I do YouTube.
Oh,
They sent me this invitation to YouTube boot camp. I mean, there's like this vertical live boot camp that they claim that I was selected for that. I don't believe that shit. But anyhow. Well, somehow I'm on some sort of a mailing list at least. But anyhow,
yeah,
so
okay.
I've had some other client meetings at the same time every time those sessions took place, but they have these recordings, and they were just encouraging people to do the live, and I've been doing it. I was like, what the heck? I have nothing to lose. It's been so fun, so much fun. Honestly, it's like I don't know, but I can't figure out 5G. I mean, every time I try to do it like while I'm on the go. Even though my 5G connection is really good, it's just like kicking me out all the time. So I can only do it using Wi-Fi. So I don't know why. It's just, it's crazy. I don't know why. I got to figure that out.
And that's when you're out and about, right?
Yeah, I mean, because I was at my property the other day and I wanted to do a live from there, show people kind of like what the rehab looks like. I have this fourplex that's under renovation. So, I wanted to show that, but I just wasn't able to do it. I don't know why. I've been trying everything.
And your internet was strong?
Yeah. I was testing the speed. I have higher my speed, my internet speed, both downstream and upstream, was faster than at home using Wi-Fi. Then somebody said it's the latency. I don't know how to check that. Then people said that I looked at the YouTube settings for the stream. And I did everything, but still, I mean, it gives me a preview, and the second the live starts, it's like reconnecting. It's like as if it's not even trying, and then it's like not available or whatever. I don't. I have no idea. And I used AI to troubleshoot it. I did everything they said, but I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. If I have a chance to join that boot camp tomorrow, I'm gonna ask the guy.
Okay.
So yeah, I felt that we would apply a little more pressure on your on property acquisition by having some other people listen in on us too. So
Yeah, for sure.
no, but for sure. I mean, like I said, I told people I'm gonna mute if we talk about some personal stuff. So don't worry about it. So of course.
Yeah.
So this is the same way, and we don't have to have it running. But I mean, I made a commitment to stream, so do live streams. So what the heck?
No.
So talk to me. I was before I had like 15 minutes to kill here, so I was telling everybody how you are this big time poker player, and you know, did you win? Did you win that 1500 again?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
good.
But hold on. Sorry. Yeah. So no, this one. So this one was a $1 million guarantee,
Wow.
and first place got 250,000.
Wow.
And there was like over 2,000 entries, and I got 73rd. So
Yeah, I saw that.
1,500. It wasn't a lot, but I mean, I'm happy with my performance, and you know, like anything, you always want to be a student.
Yes.
Because then you stop growing, you know.
Yeah.
So I saw a lot of opportunities where I could improve my game, and
Such as?
kind of, like card decisions, position, like there's certain times where I was a little bit more aggressive where I shouldn't have. There were times where I should have been aggressive and I wasn't. So just kind of picking your spots based on your position on the table, and also like how many chips you have. So I did a lot of studying prior to that, because there's these like programs that help calculate the best starting position with the best starting hands, and like different ranges of the hands you should play in specific positions with specific amount of chips. Like they just go into super detail. So it's a lot of information. So I was studying that, and then I realized that I think I missed one part that I thought meant something else. And so I played it thinking I was playing it right, and going back, I think I played it incorrectly.
So would it be fair to say that intuition, this is too fast paced to be able to rely on your intuition, or is that still valid in your opinion? Like these like 50-50 decisions, do you think that your gut is still the primary decision maker?
For sure. I mean, yeah, but you also have to minimize the decision, but for the most part, you have to look at all the options and then go with your gut. And I find that I've been going with my gut a lot more, and it's actually been paying off. But your gut starts doing better when you start understanding the situation. You know,
You've been in those situations enough many times, so you kind of like lived through them, right? And then you can basically apply it. Well, it's the same thing like we have talked about with confidence. Confidence comes from the past. You know what I mean? You can't rely on your gut if you don't have that experience under your belt. You know what I mean? That you know, that real life stuff that happens. I think that's, you know, it's like it's the same thing with business too. You know what I mean? If you want to do cold calling, which has been the focus with our conversations over the last 3 or 4 weeks, I mean, you have to be able to put in the reps in order to get the experience, and then you know how to react. You know, when somebody says something to you, but if it's your first time, you can't do it.
And then your vision widens. Like when you're playing poker, you start seeing, the more you play, you start seeing patterns. You know?
In
And
people's
then you're like,
behavior,
wait,
you mean?
Yeah, on how they bet, when they bet. And so like, when I'm not in a hand, I really try to observe everybody else that's playing, how they're betting, you know? And then before they even flip their cards, I'm like, I think he has pocket queens, or I think he has a straight, you know? And but when I'm in the hand too, sometimes I make those folds, and I'm like, no, you know what? I think the way he's been playing. I think he has a stronger hand than I do. I'm gonna fold, and then he shows his cards with another player, and it's like, cool, I made the right decision, you know. And the same thing with like cold calling. I've been, you know, I don't know if it's pattern recognition or my own recognizing my own patterns, where when somebody answers the phone call and it's a wrong person, I'm just quick to say, oh, I'm sorry, okay, I'll update my list, you know. Versus now that I've been like kind of researching, I think I told you I saw a video of a guy that's a wholesaler. He got a wrong number, and he's like, hey, you know what? I'm a local investor, which is what I got from you. Do you know anybody who's looking to sell? You know? So instead of me just saying, hey, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and quickly hang up. Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it's like, hey, dude, you know, and I've been doing that
It's
a
the
lot
confidence.
more.
It's the confidence. Exactly.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Yeah, you put in the reps. All the good stuff all the good stuff is on the other side of reps. But and then you never know what happens. You know, even if the person is renting, you know, they might know somebody, their uncle or their mom or somebody could be interested in selling. So like we've discussed many times, 80% of the end result is just showing up. You know, opening your mouth at the right time and making sure that every opportunity you get. I mean, think about it this way. Think how hard it is to be able to talk to somebody on the phone. You know what I mean? Most of the numbers you have are not either accurate, people don't pick up. So every time there's somebody we can talk to who's a new person to us, a complete stranger in that sense, we should do everything in our power to use that opportunity to present our idea and our question and our pitch. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's so valuable.
But the thing is, it's all mental, right?
Yeah.
Because you have all these fears where, you know, it could be from childhood trauma.
Correct.
Or, you know, bad experiences, or, you know, just being it. Because like for me, I realized that I've always was like a people pleaser, you know. So I was like, oh, I don't want people to get upset at me. I don't want people to get upset at me. So let me not make them upset, you know. Versus now just doing what I feel is the right thing to do, and know that the majority of the people are not going to get upset.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, and the people that do get upset, you have to have some empathy for them, because they're probably going through something.
You feel sorry for them, honestly, because you know they would get upset no matter what. I mean, it's not what you say, honestly. It's just you're just the puke bag, so to say, in that situation. You know, they just want to, you know what I mean. You know, throw everything at you because you just happen to be there. It doesn't matter who that person is.
Right, and it's just like you said, putting in the reps so you can rewire your brain to take those patterns away. Those patterns of me always just trying to not get people upset. And if somebody gets upset, I used to just freeze.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know what to say, what to do, you know?
Yeah.
And now it's like, because I'm putting in the reps, and then now it's just, and then it's funny because there's so many people that cussed at me, you know, but I still kept going, right, afterwards. And it's,
No, go ahead.
And so, like, for me, it's like I still have the anxiety that somebody's going to cuss me out before I start calling. And that's what makes it difficult for me to start, you know? But once I start, then I realize, like, you know, it's trying to just switch that, you know, and having you hold me accountable is part of that switch that helps me make that call. Because like I told you yesterday, man, I was super exhausted this whole weekend, right? And then this morning, like, I got some not bad news, but not some so great news. Sunday night, I think. So Monday was tough for me, and I had a lot of things going on too. I had to go meet with my pest control guy because I have 2 vacant units that were still roaches were still showing up, and so I'm thinking, like, dude, are they even like treating it, you know? And then they were supposed to treat a 3rd one that just vacated, and they weren't able to get in, or they never. When I called in, the customer service rep, I guess, didn't put it in the notes. So there was just a bunch. There's been just a constant miscommunication on the customer service part. So I'm like, I gotta just go in there, talk to the tech. And so I had to meet with him at 9. It turned out good. I ended up talking to the owner of the pest company, so she kind of worked everything out and explained to me. So, and then I came home, and I'm like, shit, I gotta make calls, man. I gotta get something, you know. And so I just got on the phone. I'm like, just get on the phone, you know. Oh, and this, I'm just thinking about this now, right? It's kind of what is it? The 0 to
1.
1, right? And it's like just getting started, right? I'm like, I'm just gonna get started, see how it goes. I still have a lot of time before I have to meet with the potential seller at 2:30, right? So I'm like, I'm just gonna get started and see how I do, you know. And I think I got up to like 24 calls, right? So and then my head was just kind of hurting, and I was just like not in it. I was feeling stressed, so I took a break. I think I either fed my dog or I made myself a coffee or something, right? Watched some TV for a little bit, and then got it back on it. And then I got up to like 54 calls, right? And then at that point I was like, oh man, I'm done. Like I'm not feeling it, you know, like I'm done. I gotta just tell EJ, like, I'm sorry, man, I could only get 54 calls in, you know? And I'm like, no, you know what? I have that in my back pocket, you know, but I'm gonna go talk to the seller, went to go see the house. The house was in that bad of shape, so I'm gonna call him today and tell him that we're still a lot lower, but I want to run something by you on that and see what you think. But I finished that, got back home, and I think I just felt good. Just like, this is why I'm doing it, because I'm making cold calls. I met with this guy. It might not work, but at least it's something.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
So I think that, and I started feeling a little bit better. I went to go walk him. I ran some errands. Then I came home, and then boom, made another, and then. And made 102 calls that I told you. But I started a new list too.
Very good.
And this list was absentee, high equity, like you told me, and then no, I don't know if I think it might be pre-foreclosure, but it's also back taxes.
Yeah, so they are behind anyhow on some payments.
Right. Yeah. So, and then at that point too, when I started calling those, I'm like, damn, are these gonna be like really frustrated people that are gonna be talking shit? You know?
Well, I mean, this is makes me so happy to hear that, because I mean, obviously, I don't know, this is not, primarily it's between us, but I mean, if there's anybody listening to this, it's just such a great example of what perseverance looks like and how not giving up looks like. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't, like, this is the thing, you know, actions over feelings. We've been talking about this, you know, for months now. And what that means in practice is that, you know, we should never listen to our feelings and let them determine what actions we take, and always, you know, lead with those actions, because the feelings will follow. And Gerardo is now the greatest example of that. And you've come a long way. And this is such a good thing for you, because I mean, things like that, you know, they build momentum, and they give you that backbone, that safety net that you can always lean on and build off of. So it's like such a great thing.
The backbone, I think I'm rewiring myself.
Yeah.
You know, that's all it is. It's like, once I get to the point where I'm doing that right now, I'm just leveling up by continuing to do this. Even though I might not see it, in future situations, I'm going to be quicker to take actions than let my feelings take over, you know, and I notice that because I do it in other things too now.
Yeah,
washing the dishes.
Yeah, and
you know?
Yeah, exactly. And you know that you always get what you deserve in a long enough time horizon. And this is the other thing that's so super valuable to keep in mind. So I'm very happy for you, very proud of you. Good job. The other thing I wanted to, we're going to go to your question in a little bit, but what I wanted to talk to you about today as well, I'm going to show you real quick something. I hired this social media manager guy. So he's basically putting my roadmap together, and he's the one who's now doing all of my editing as well.
Yeah.
He's the same guy who used to do my longs, so he has more responsibility now. But what I have, let me show you this with you real quick. This is what he puts together for me. And I think it would make a lot of sense, even though content creation is not your primary or number one way to let people know you exist or promote and market your business.
Yeah.
It still applies. So basically this is just, I mean, just ignore the details, but this basically gives you an idea as far as what we are doing. So the purple stuff here is still long. So I have now 2 long videos every week that I need to be able to get done. And you know me, I'm pretty disciplined, you know what I mean? But having something like this in front of me just makes it so much easier. So I would really strongly suggest you, this is gonna be something I'm gonna give you today as homework. So think about this. Take your next month, the snapshot, and see how you would want to structure that if you had to give yourself advice as far as growing your business. You know, maybe you just want to put the cold calls there. Maybe you just want to put the number targets there. Or maybe you want to do, you know, throw in occasionally something else. You know what I mean? But I think having that a little more structured plan going forward is going to make a lot of sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to send it over to you after the fact if you want to look at it. But it doesn't need to be in that form factor or in that format.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
But anyhow, so you had something on your mind. It's about that property?
Yeah. So, you know, he wanted. So originally, I think I told you he wanted 150, right? And I told him right off the bat, you know, like you suggested, like, you know, just give advice at that point. You know, don't kind of lowball them. So, you know, I called them and I told them, hey, you know what? I don't think we're anywhere close to that number. You know, my comps don't even show a house at that price. I see it more like at 130, you know. And so I don't even want to give you guys a low offer, you know. And so she kind of, because I was talking to the daughter of the owner, and she was relaying that message. And she's like, well, where are you guys coming at, you know, numbers wise? And I told him, well, right now, without looking at it, we're probably like at 35, you know, but without looking at it, I mean, since you did the roof already, we'd probably go up to 40, but and then that's when he's like, well, the lowest I can do is 80K. So he went from 150 to 80K. So I'm like, okay, well, at that point, it's worth looking at it, you know? So I went to go look at it, and I mean, yeah, the house, I mean, it needs some windows, but overall, I mean, it needs a couple floor heaters, but as a rental, it might work.
Yeah.
Bones are good. I mean, there's the walls look good. The flooring has tile. There's no flooring in the bedroom, so you just need some carpet. The bathroom does need a remodel, and the kitchen does too. But for a rental, it might work.
What are you thinking? You know, as far as rehab, 35?
Yeah, he was saying 20, but I'm thinking like 30, 35.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told him 30, but then I also noticed that the slider needs to be replaced, so that's going to be like $1,200, $1,500 bucks. And then just a lot of the other comparables, they all had garages, and his didn't. So, I just he says I'm not taking anything lower than 80. If that's the case, I'm gonna just wait till camping season's over, and then I'm gonna do the work, and then just end up selling it myself. You know, so I was thinking of just telling them, you know, it's like I know you said 80,000. You know, we moved my company or whatever went from 35 originally to now 55. You know, and then just see what he says. Which I'm sure he's probably going to say no. The other option I was thinking, I had mentioned to him if he was interested in seller financing, which I guess they call it their land contracts. And I guess he's already done a couple of them, and they just ended up being bad, so he wasn't interested in that. So I was thinking of, you know, maybe telling him, hey, I'll settle with you at 70K, partner up with you. I'll put in the repair costs, and then we split the profit.
Yeah, I mean, so again, you know, I mean, that's not a bad option. The reason why I would be very careful with that, you know this very well as well, is that you don't know their personality type, so you would need to have an airtight contract in place as far as them being just silent partners, because you don't want to put yourself in a position where it's a 50-50 and they get to say what to do with. I mean, they might not have a clue.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So design wise, you know what works and what it costs and stuff like that. So I would be careful with that so that it doesn't end up being the nastiest divorce in Ohio, so to say, property wise. So see if that's something that, I mean, your intuition is going to be right. If there's any red flags, or you know what I mean, then I would then in that case just say what your highest is, if that's 55, and then say that I completely understand. This is what I would probably do, assuming the partnership route is a no-go, which I think is a 10% chance that it works, or 5%, but still, if you think it's feasible, go for it. But assuming it doesn't, then I would say that, yeah, my highest is really 55, and then I would really soon after that, if they say no, it's not going to work, say that, yeah, I agree with you. I think your best option right now, since you're firm at 80, is to test the market. If you need any tips, if you need a realtor, if you need any guys, you know, taking pictures or cleaning up that stuff, there's no money in it for me. I'm just happy to help. And then, you know, if you could do me a favor, and maybe if anybody else is needing similar services, you know what I mean? Because you probably came across as this trustworthy guy and a good guy. You know what I mean? So that's how I would do it. State the facts, tell the truth, and build that trust with them, because you never know who they talk to next. And then if you left, you know, a good impression. So that's how I would do it. So there's a question here. I'm going to answer that soon, but I'm going to talk to Gerardo because you're priority. So I would do it that way, but I would just say, as you know, be careful with the partnership route, because they might be nightmares with these people.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking of getting definitely an attorney to write down the contract and sitting down both of us, because it would have to be a silent partner and make that clear that that's what's going on.
But still, people might not understand what it means. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hate phone calls. It makes me nervous because I can't see the person, and I mostly read people's body language and not care too much about what they say, but what they do based on nonverbal communication. Any advice? Yeah, my advice, and Gerardo is actually a good guy to comment on this too. So my point would be that just like put in the reps. If you don't see the other person, it's like any other skill. Just like practice it. You know, talk to these people. I understand it's harder because you don't see the person, you don't see the body language. You know what I mean? But I think you just have to practice it. It's like anything else. You can get good at it, but it requires a lot of reps. Just do it.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that was one of the main things too. Like, anytime I'm talking to anybody, like I'm much better in person.
Yeah.
You know, and even when I'm talking to just regular people while doing business, like if I'm asking them for something, I don't like to keep them on the phone too long, because it's like I'm just thinking like, oh, I'm just taking up their time. You know, it's like, but yeah, I agree with you. It's definitely putting in the reps. I mean, what's helped me is finding, like, for me, when I was driving for dollars and looking at these tore up houses, it's like, oh yeah, I want to call these people because this house is jacked up, you know. And then it made it more easier to do that because it's like I know I'm literally helping them. But if I look at a house, like if I build a list and then I pull up the house and the house is in such good condition, I would be like, I'd be more scared to talk to them, because like, well, these people aren't going to want to sell their house. It's in good condition, you know? But when you see a house that's boarded up, you know, it's like, yeah, so I started doing that, and that made it much easier to call. Then, I mean, I don't know if he was asking about real estate in general or just calls in general.
I think in general,
real
yeah.
Estate, and real estate for me is like, I didn't like cold calling, so I actually started texting. I was just texting, mass texting, and even then I was freaking out. I was even like freezing when people would call me and cuss me out, you know? So it's just
it's practice. That's all it is.
Yeah, but it's a mindset block, and that's all it is. So when you just start making those calls and you have a purpose of why you're making those, like it makes it so much easier. But yeah, putting in the reps has helped me tremendously.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks. And it's so fun to see that, you know, you're actually a little more excited about the whole thing now. You know what I mean? Or actually a lot more excited if you think about it. I mean, when I mentioned, remember when I mentioned, I mean, it wasn't that many weeks ago when I mentioned that, guess what this means? And you were like, oh,
God,
fuck.
it rolled my eyes.
Oh, fuck, man.
No, and remember, I started at 10 calls. I was like, oh, I made 10 calls.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember?
And now we had
I made
100.
10 calls.
It's so hot here. I have to wipe my forehead. Yeah,
And then
yeah.
I went up to 20, 25, you know, and then I was up like at 50, you know.
But
And then now 10 calls just goes by so quickly.
Exactly. So imagine increasing your volume by 10x in a matter of weeks. And what we discussed last time was that now 100 is the threshold for every day. And we're going to build that muscle like push-ups, like squatting, like deadlifting, like anything else. It's a mind muscle. And then we're going to ramp up from there because we know that there's a direct correlation between the number of calls you make, meaning the number of reps you put in, and the number of deals you get at the end of the day. First leads and then deals. But this is already good that you get to talk to these people. And like I said, you never know what it turns into. You know, you never know.
Yesterday I literally spoke to 3 people that where the owner passed away.
Oh, dude.
3 people.
Wow.
You know.
Were they selling?
One of them was super sweet. It was her brother.
Oh.
You know. And so she just was on the phone, and I just kind of told her, oh, you know what, I'm so sorry. Like, I lost my mom, and I know how difficult it is. And, you know, I just told him, like, he was like 75. I think she told me that he was super healthy, and just all of a sudden just
passed away.
Yeah, and then another one I had called, and there was a lady that answered, and she's like, oh, no, she passed away. And then I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then the background, sure you are. And then they hung up. I was like, wow, okay.
But, you know, that's the name of the game. That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
What should you say then? I'm not sorry at all. Oh, good for you.
No. But again, we have to have empathy.
Yeah, I know. And of course, but you're the type of person who really, of course, again, put yourself in their shoes. As you also know, 95% of the people who do this stuff, they don't care, you know, but I know that you do. So and they don't know that. So, and it doesn't really matter what they think about you because you know the truth. You know what I mean? Right. So they'll never change that.
Yeah, I've seen some cold callers just really talk bad to people. Like, man, but they're younger too, so they don't. They don't know.
So what else is going on? What else can I help you with?
Man, I just this, man. I think it gets very draining. It gets stressful in the beginning, then draining at the end, and it's like, you know, I do feel like some of my other like responsibilities are kind of
you're forced to say no. Yeah, but that's okay. We knew that.
No, I'm talking about like my bills and my projects.
Oh, okay.
Like checking it because there's still projects that I have to get done.
Of course.
But no, a lot of the noise. I've just been focusing on like I need to do some of the. I feel like I need to do some of the financial tracking.
I know what you mean. If you need help with that, by the way, we can do that too. So if you want to put together like an Excel spreadsheet, we can look at line by line and stuff and see if there's anything to optimize. I'm more than happy to help, give you another set of eyes. So offer is obviously valid. But I think this is a good conversation to have regarding, we've been talking about signal and noise all the time. And I think what you go through right now is that classic example of trying to identify what's today's signal when you wake up. And for you, it's every day basically, how can I reach a minimum of 100 calls or maybe do a new personal record today as far as number of calls I make, and that's my signal. Everything else becomes noise. And what I meant by that being the price you pay is that obviously since you can only have focus on one big thing at a time. Unfortunately and fortunately, it's both. It means that the other things are on a back burner. You have to learn how to say no to those things. You know what I mean? Because some of them are noise. Because without this stuff, there is no tomorrow. You know what I mean? Or next year. So I think that's why I would encourage you. Actually, I'm going to give you two pieces of homework today. One is the calendar thing. I want you to think about it a little bit, but maybe next week we look at it. So maybe you could populate those days a little bit and see what you would put there. If you were to give yourself advice about growing your business, or let's say you give somebody else advice, you know, a so-called junior or rookie real estate investor calls you and says, okay, how can I get more deals? What would you tell that guy to do to land at more deals? So put yourself in coach's shoes or in teacher's shoes, mentor's shoes, and give advice to somebody else and forget yourself, because obviously we are biased. Actually, I'm going to reframe that or rephrase that. So give somebody else advice and tell somebody else what to do with that 30-day plan. That's homework number one. We're not done yet, but I'm just already concluding a little bit here. And the second piece of homework I'm going to give you is that every morning, I want you to go back and look at your signal versus noise. You don't have to send it to me, but I might occasionally ask you, okay, what's today's signal and what's today's noise? You don't have to write down the noise because everything else is obviously noise. It's the opposite of signal. But write down what that one thing is that you need to do. Maybe today it's again 100 calls. Maybe it's just like maybe tomorrow you have two. You go see that property, that lead, try to negotiate it and make 100. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's 110, whatever that is. But I want you to take a moment, you know what I mean, when you do in the middle of your morning routines, when you drink coffee or whatever, when you come from the shower after you exercise, it's like really take that 2 minutes and just like look yourself in the mirror and it's like, okay, what's today's signal? You know what I mean? Because we take it for granted. And I think sometimes it's because if you really do this 0 to 1 the way we have talked about it, meaning you literally empty your tank, kind of like you start at 0 every day from scratch, and then you empty your tank and you reach your whatever day's goal, right? You feel exhausted, which is the way you should feel, and then you take a full night's sleep and you wake up tomorrow morning and you're like, okay, I have to start from scratch. You know what I mean? It's like yesterday doesn't matter one bit. Whether you broke that record yesterday does not matter tomorrow one bit. You know that. I mean, like you have to prove yourself. It's like a professional athlete. It's like you playing poker. You go to a new tournament. It doesn't matter what you did last time. It makes zero difference how much you won. I mean, you don't get any points. Every game starts at 0-0. You know what I mean? Like in the playoffs. Every game. It's like it doesn't matter how big of a beating you took yesterday. You can still win tomorrow's game.
Yeah.
So that's that. I mean, like, you know what I mean? It's like, even though it sounds trivial, but it's actually not when you pause and you really think about what's today's signal.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's going to make a big difference. Plus, then I would still want to ask, how can I help you and support you more in the middle of your grind as far as going through these ups? Of course, I can't do the heavy lifting for you, as you know, but and of course we have a time difference, but like if there's anything I can do to push you, pump your tires, you know what I mean? To keep that flow going.
For me,
let me know.
Sometimes, I guess, it just kind of hit me right now. It's like, I feel like generally I've always tried not to ask people for help.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I told you that when I first asked you about mentorship, know. So I think part of me, even though if I feel like I need some assistance, I wouldn't know if it was the time to call, or if I just kind of say like, I know I'm good. I think I talk myself out of it sometimes. So I'll start trying to be more aware about it. And
yeah, because I mean, I want to do it, and you pay for it. Plus, I mean, even if you didn't, I would still want to do it. It makes, you know what I mean? It's because I honestly, you know this, but I want to see you do well and succeed. So it's like, of course, and it could be a minor thing for me, and it could be a major thing for you. or vice versa. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. As long as it helps you, I want to do it. But
Yeah.
I mean, we communicate quite a bit. I like that. But still, think about it and don't be shy about it, because it's like, or maybe it's just having a tough day, And
Yeah.
but I think you've come such a long way in terms of understanding. First, remember what we talked about, inputs and not outputs. So you understand the actions, and then taking the action, and then now you actually living proof of somebody who understands the feeling part of it, like feelings versus action. And then in the middle of the day, you can keep going. Whereas in the past, you would have quit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I thought about that many times. It's like yesterday, I would have quit at 54 if you weren't holding me accountable. It would just been easier for me to not do that, And I still see myself struggling with that in other aspects of my life. So I know the importance of that.
Yeah.
And even the working out too. The working out has been a huge improvement, a huge help.
Talk to me about that. How is it going now? Are you still doing the calisthenics thing?
Yeah, I'm still. I mean, I did it on the weekends. I literally did it every day.
Yeah, good. Good.
And it's getting easier to actually just start it, And I'm adding a little bit more. I'm still a little. I'm still struggling. I know you said to up it a little bit, but I'm just adding a couple more reps. But
good.
I know I'm still struggling with finishing it in regards to like muscle, but mentally I finish it, And before, like I told you, I would just do like two sets.
Yeah.
Now I'm consistently doing my 3 sets.
And the most important thing is that, and this is not just to you, but to overall to everybody, that, I'm just the biggest supporter of weightlifting overall. Full range of motion, relatively heavy weights until failure. That's just been my grind for 32 years. But it doesn't mean that everybody needs to do the same thing. If badminton is your thing, if badminton, table tennis, and jogging are your thing, then do it. If those 3 things keep you in the game and you have the highest level of motivation for those, that's the most important thing, as long as you stay active. So,
right.
If this thing what you do now is something that you enjoy doing, or even if you don't you don't always enjoy it, obviously, but you know that it's the best thing for you to keep you in the game long enough from longevity perspective. So then just do it. Don't change a thing.
Yeah,
But
and I think eventually, again, it's still right now. It's still difficult, to start it, But I'm doing it. It's easier to get started than it was before, but I still have it in my head. And I think once I get to a point where it's just like it's not as difficult, then I think it's gonna just get easier. I'm gonna be doing it more and more.
Yeah.
And then I think eventually that's when But right now, I just want to be. The most important thing right now for me is just being consistent.
Correct. Yeah, and I completely agree with you. And I think it's too early to switch anything up. The only thing is just that at some point when your rep count goes higher, it becomes a cardio exercise and not like you know what I mean, a strength exercise. And there's a place for both of them. That's all. But like you said, it's all about the consistency, and that's why with you we started with the basic stuff, so to build that consistency muscle up, so that it translates into then or converts to other areas of life. That's the reason why we did it. So, and that's why we keep doing it. So that's good. And just, this, you will get your results. It's just like, this is now gonna be not the hardest part, but the different set of challenges, because now you're like, once you build that muscle of keeping the consistency, then you need to up the game a little bit, but then keeping it there when the results are not there immediately.
Yeah, I think that the biggest picture, if you remember when I first started, is just kind of having structure, And I think that's where it's all. It's kind of like this a little bit, but I see the places coming together,
And because of that structure, that's why I was thinking that maybe that 30-day plan would make it more visual for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we could always look at it and tweak your 30-day plan a little bit. Ideally, that's how I would like to do it. You know what I mean? But I think in the beginning
Yeah.
we're not in the best position to do that.
Yes.
But now,
Especially with the calls right now, because the calls
Yeah.
just get easier when I take my breaks and then I.
yeah, and
I need
maybe
to-
we run like this for another couple of weeks so that whatever your next level is kind of like feels automatic to you, and then we add other elements to it. Maybe
Yeah.
we do it that way, but just
Yeah.
now homework is just to think about it, and if like I said, put yourself in a coach's shoes and say, okay, what would you tell somebody else to do? How would you populate their property acquisition calendar, finding the opportunities?
I gotta get going. Can you see if there's maybe like one more question or something before I go?
Yeah, there's actually a bunch of fire emojis. They're probably for you. So
No, they're all for you.
Maxler was asking about just listening. I hope he heard your advice and your comment too about the cold calling. So just put in the reps if you're still there. Just took a break. He came back. Just thank you for the fire emojis. I don't know. There's no question right now, I don't think.
Okay.
But yeah, I appreciate it. So thanks for being the star of the show.
Yeah. Next time, I don't know if we can maybe do this through like collaboration type.
We can try. I don't know how to do it, but it's like.
I know like on Instagram you can do it. I'm not sure about YouTube, but.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Okay.
of course. Yeah, that would give you obviously my modest follower account, but at least in these lives, but at least maybe that gives you a boost for your business. But anyhow, so good job. So keep doing what you do, and like I said, 2 pieces of homework. So the calendar thing, think about it, and then the signal versus noise, and then as a third one, reach out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So reach out, and then like I said, if you feel like having a 15-minute or half an hour call, let's have one. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean I can do weekends. I mean I it doesn't matter. Every day is the same to me, dude. You know that. It doesn't, unless I'm somewhere with my kids. I don't mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good, brother.
Thanks a lot, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Okay,
Thank you.
take care.
Good
Talk
job,
to you.
too,
Thank you.
YouTube. All right, man.
See you, man.
All
Bye.
right.
Bye. Bye. Okay, that was it. So that was one of my weekly calls with one of my clients. I don't know if you guys have any questions. This has been almost 2 hours now. I've enjoyed this a lot. So any questions? Did anybody, was there anybody here who heard the whole conversation with Gerardo? We have 3 people online right now. Me, Maxler. Thank you. What did you, any comments? Did you hear the answer we gave you? Did that add any value? Gerardo was actually able to give a lot of insightful stuff about the sales process. So he's in the process of trying to build his portfolio up by ramping up his acquisition part of the business. Yes, thanks. Okay, good. Good. Happy to hear that. So do you mind letting me know and everybody else know as well, what's your business or industry? Are you in real estate or what are you doing? No need to answer if you don't want to. I'm branding this. Okay, you're designer. Okay, thank you. Okay. Got it. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, but I mean, keep in mind that whether it's sales or whatever it is, I mean, you're a designer, you're a creative person. Obviously, you probably had the talent in the beginning as well, but you know how it is. Let's say you start using new tools, new pieces of software or whatever. It takes a while before you learn how to use it. It's like, this is no different. When you do cold calling, It's one of the hardest things in sales, to be perfectly honest, for many reasons. First of all, it's cold audience. That's why it's called cold calling. There's your warm audience, people who know you, who are your friends or acquaintances of even family members. Those are easy. The conversation is so much easier. When you have a cold audience, the cold reach out, that's the hardest. And then when you don't see these people, you don't see how they react. But to some people, it's actually easier. They can hide behind the phone line. Door knockers, that's a different ballgame. Listening, yeah. So just put in the reps. You'll get better at it. You're a smart guy. Or gal, Max, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter. But you'll be able to figure it out. It's only a matter of how long it takes for you to learn it. If you're willing to put in the hours. It's simple math. It's not complicated. But what you should be asking, here's the most important part. Okay, so if you have a business, I don't know if you work for somebody else or if you have your own business. So you need to first understand what's the best way to get these clients. If you already have clients, my first question to you would be that walk me through your current client portfolio. How do you get clients today? What works today? Question number one is always, what works today? Don't try to reinvent the wheel, because if you already have a process that works, let's say referrals, okay? Let's say you have a very successful, very small designer company, whatever you want to call it, okay? You provide these services to people. So, and most of your clients today come through referrals. And you're like, yeah, that works pretty well, but I want to start doing this other stuff. Actually, my first piece of advice to you would be that, okay, let's understand why this works, why referrals work. Well, obviously, we know that it's proof and it's not a empty promise, so people gravitate towards that. So then my question to you would be that, okay, how can you reach out to all of your existing clients and ask for a testimonial? Video, in writing, whatever. And once you have that, then I would tell you to take screenshots, post the videos, let everybody know, and incentivize your new clients to give you reviews. You already know that avenue works. So double down on that. Ask yourself, how can I do 10 times more volume in doing more of that, getting more clients through my referral work? That's just an example. See what I mean? Maybe cold calling is not even your thing. Obviously I don't know enough, but I'm just saying that try to understand what works today and then double down on that. Do 10 times more volume if your numbers support that. Does it make sense? Anyhow, so yes, makes sense. Perfect. Good to hear. You know what, guys? This is my live right now. It's still early for people in the US, which was kind of like my idea too. I think we didn't really set the access properly. It seems like I couldn't manage it. Found out it's a bit more complicated than it should be. It should have a Facebook page. Link that page with your Instagram and all, and then I can start managing it. What the fuck? Jeez. Anyhow, that was for my social media guy. It didn't work. I gotta figure this out. But anyhow, thanks for tuning in. This was another live today, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow at some point. I don't know yet at what point, but probably in the morning my time and later in the afternoon, depending on what time I record my next video. So appreciate all the comments and questions again, and this was fun. Hope you get something out of it.